Welcome to episode 1 of Road to 2000 using the D3, D6, King's Indian Attack, King's Indian Defense, and Pirc Defense repertoire. It's going to take probably like 3 years, but if we get there eventually, it's fine. So we're going to play the King's Indian Attack, but we're going to play the Reti first, and like transposition. So we don't want to show our cards by playing D3 immediately. But they already took control of the center anyways. But yeah, once they play E5, we play D3. There's actually a nice tactic where they can't actually attack us on E4 because pawn takes, then the queen takes queen, king takes back, and then we actually fork the square that forks the king and the rook, and we fork, and also we're attacking this pawn here. So we're going to win a pawn. Okay, I guess we have to defend with the bishop. I guess we play d3 now, because we usually try to play bishop g5 to get rid of this bad bishop. Even though it's not really what you're supposed to do at a more advanced level, you're supposed to keep it and to use it to attack after you develop all your other pieces. So c3 is a move I always play in this opening. I usually wait till they play knight c6 and prevent the knight from coming forward. A little odd they already played this pawn move, but I mean it grabs more space. That makes sense. Very aggressive here. It's annoying because I can't play e5 en passant. So I think I might play. Notice if I can move this knight, then my bishop will attack this pawn. So this could be aggressive, overly aggressive. But if I attack the bishop, then I attack this pawn. It might actually be good. A little risky, but I don't see why it shouldn't work. Not the standard type of move I usually play, but you've got to notice weaknesses and take advantage of them. You got to analyze the imbalances in the position, use those to determine your plan. I mean, because I guess in the opening you're not really supposed to attack. You have to earn the right to attack. In the opening, the goal is to make a safe and active position. You control the center, develop all your pieces, and safeguard your king. And then once you get to the middle game, your goal is to create a positional advantage and convert that into either a checkmate or material advantage. And 3 ways to do that in my methodology is to, number 1, just improve your pieces. Number 2, execute the right plan that favorably creates and exploits the imbalances of the position. Number 3 is to seize the initiative, which is very important in high-level chess. Everything's just about the initiative and attacking. But that's why I like to use prophylaxis, though, because I like to keep it solid and safe and minimize risk. Okay, let's go. They blundered the bishop. Oh wait, no, that's not a blunder because the knight defends. But they did actually see this threat and defend that. I still have long-term pressure though here, which is great. So now, I guess I'm going to try to... Oh, you know, I can't actually do that because then they'll take this pawn. That's annoying as hell. If I go here, they go here. Might have to play like a slow move like this, which is actually a move I always play in this opening because it attacks e5 and gets out of this pin. Might play that now, and then I'm going to play bishop g5, threaten to trade, then I'd win the bishop. Like, let's try that, I guess. Or I could have done to trade queens. Oh my god, I'm stupid. Take your time to properly evaluate and calculate. Rule number 1 out of 3 that I have. If I would have went queen here, yep. Stupid. Opportunity's gone. If I went queen here, they would have to move their queen, and then I could have won this pawn. Jeez. Because if they would have took me and I take back, then how are they going to defend? I guess they could have still just lost the pawn maybe, but Okay, we're gonna keep this bishop. We don't want to activate the knight. Take it as a mistake. For this knight, you know, I guess we might just trade this and make them double their pawns or move their queen again. So whatever, we just traded knights. Wow, they doubled their pawns. So we need to, the goal now is to get to an endgame with even material. Then they're gonna have this weakness, so I should be able to take their pawns, win a pawn. I think I'm gonna go here, maybe even here next. I don't want to play here because then it closes out this bishop diagonal. Yeah, look at this move. I could threaten to win this pawn here. What is my opponent gonna do about that? A little aggressive. They could defend with the rook. So you can't play hope chess, gotta figure out the opponent's best responses. I don't know, I could go here and then here, attack the queen. Maybe I go here immediately, because then it's forcing them to react to my move. It's a forcing move, threatens to capture, check. Whoa. Wait a minute. Oh my god, it's completely winning. Let's go. Thank you, Jesus, or whoever. I can take with queen. Bishop defends, and that's a forced queen trade because I'm attacking the king and attacking the queen. And after queen takes, then we've got bishop takes, check, forks the king and the rook. But I was just realized, what if they don't take the queen? What if they just move the king? Then I'll just pick up the queen, pick up the rook with my queen, I suppose. Maybe I should just take with bishop first instead of queen, maybe? I don't know, this should be fine. I think you take with queen first, because trade queens, and if they don't trade queens, it's better to attack their position with the queen rather than... This isn't bad. They can't trap me or anything because I have the bishop on the diagonal as well. So yeah, all you gotta do is create threats. You got a queen and a bishop. They didn't see it. You have to be paying attention to that kind of stuff. Okay, it looks like they're trying to trap me or something. I could even chuck him maybe. It's not gonna be good. They can just move again. I'm gonna have to move my queen back here, I believe. What if I go here instead? Either way, no, here it attacks this bishop and this pawn, so I guess we can do that. Yeah, I was on like a 2-game losing streak. In the first game, I lost on time. In the second game, I was just moving way too fast and I allowed a kingside attack. So I'm happy that I'm finally winning a game. What is my opponent going to do? Okay, they resign. That was a quick game, so I might play another one to add on to episode 1. I might analyze this real quick first. So we got white versus 1103. Put it in here to get rid of all those numbers, the timestamps, so I can put it on this document. What did I say? White versus 1103. We're going to add it to this document. So I analyze all my games I played and make flashcards, like take screenshots of positions, put them in a Google Slides presentation. Because you want to analyze your games the best way to identify and fix your mistakes. So I wonder if my aggressive move was actually like best. Yeah, it said to go here earlier. I guess because then the queen can't defend in the same way, but they can still like move the queen over and still defend. So I think I played the best move, yes. C3, because you want to attack this pawn, you don't allow their pawn to stay there in the middle of the board, taking away all of our space. This is actually inaccuracy, interesting. This was the best move. Their best move was actually to defend with the knights. And then trade. What? Wait, what? And then they're losing the rook? Yeah, they're in a lot of trouble already, so I'm happy I found that move. That was the best move. Just notice, double attack. I thought this bishop was undefended though, and it was actually defended, so negative points for me. My calculation. Why did it say take this? Takes, check. And I saw this idea. I don't know. Found that. Wow. I usually don't put in my opponent's best moves. I usually only put in my best moves when I do this game analysis, but that might change. Queen takes was in fact way better than the bishop. And as I figured, the best move was not to actually trade queens. I expected them to move the king, and then they wanted me to take the queen, but now in that case, I'll just take the rook with check. Awesome. King's Indian attack win. Let's see if we can get a win with the King's Indian Defense now, with the Pirc Defense. That might be part of this series. We try to do one game white, one game black. I'm white again though. Should I abort the game? Because it's more fun to play white, of course. Okay, they aborted for me. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get a black game in a white game. Ugh. Abort. Oh no. Please don't hurt my account. The first game somebody else aborted and not me, right? Yeah, I'm not going to risk it, I guess. If I just get white again, I'm just going to play white. But I want to be black so I can show the other side of the opening. Okay, I'm white. Whatever. We'll just play again. Do not want to get my account banned or restricted in any way. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just moving the pawns forward. So I noticed them trying to do that too. So got to defend. Don't want to let them take up all the space. Now we see the benefit of playing c3. Like I always say, I can't go forward. Can't go there. So I guess here we just try to castle. I used to play this kind of move, queen a4, but they can just block the bishop. So this move is kind of useless. Usually better just go queen c2. I don't need a castle right away. I could play queen c7, knight bd7, then e4. Take control of the center. Allowed them to get in here. What if I just attack though? Or double up the pawns threat? You're kind of supposed to keep the bishop here for long term. There's power there, but no, I can actually kick the knight now immediately because the queen defends the pawn. So pawn takes, queen defends, knight must retreat. So this file is going to be open, but I'm going to try to get a rook there as soon as possible. Probably will just castle if I really want to try to get that tempo on the queen. It's taking a long time, yeah, obviously. So I might just take this actually, even though it'll open up the square for the bishop to control the diagonal. But you want to double the pawns so they have a weakness in the endgame. Easier to take their pawns. So it's probably not a good move because I guess their knight could have rerouted here, and I could have just played this. But I don't know. It's all about trading and conceding different types of imbalances and advantages. I probably should have held on to my dark square bishop. I could have put it here instead of trading. Yeah, I probably should have done that, but we're learning. It's chess. Oh, I could play this. I should have played this first. Oh, take more space. Please don't play that. Because the knight defends, and the queen would be threatening to take this pawn. Yeah, he played it. I'm so bad at chess, man. Take your time. Rule number 1. Out of 3, take your time to properly evaluate and calculate. Rule number 2, consider your opponent's stats and plans before your own. Rule 3, visualize your move to blunder check. So it would have been a great move. So it would have opened up diagonal for the queen and this diagonal for the bishop in the future. Stupid. I could make this rerouting, have these 2 knights attacking this square, but they could defend with the bishop easily though. But yeah, right now I'm just going to take control of this open file. It's open because the pawns were traded. This is a semi-open file, there's only 1 pawn. Okay, so what are they threatening? Not a lot. So we go here with that threat. They can defend that one. But then what we're going to do is try to double up the rooks, probably. No. So I don't want to play knight here because it blocks this rook from the file. Just gotta play slower. I'm playing 15 plus 10. 14 minutes on the clock. Gotta play slower. That's why I don't like 10 plus 0 and I only play 15 plus 10. Or classical like 30 plus 20. So you need time to calculate and evaluate as if we're playing a tournament game. You know, they actually can't put the bishop here, can they? Because I've got a knight and a rook. But they can easily simply just move the bishop over. And they would have been able to do that if I would not have traded the bishop for the knight. So I think that was actually a mistake. Wait, are they pushing a pawn to try to attack me? Should have known, bro. But since the file is closed, the rook can't help with the attack though. So if pawn goes here, I just take with knight. I think I can just win a pawn here. Knight takes. Oh wait, no, it's 2 attackers, 2 defenders. I can't actually do that. No, I could move a rook here and then do that. Maybe, not really. Nah, because then they almost blundered there. If there's the same number of attackers and defenders, you cannot actually trade. You have to have 1 net piece attacking a square to actually win that series of exchanges. I cannot go here because the bishop would skewer my rook. Rook retreats and then I take the knight. I could honestly go here, but maybe there's light square weaknesses. I shouldn't be afraid of this. Maybe I will double up the rook simply. Okay, take your time, like I was saying, but I mean, does this move do anything? I don't want them to go here, actually. Maybe I should go here. Ooh. Don't. And if I go here, they're gonna move they have to move their rook unless they don't wanna. So I can just defend this with the queen move. If they play bishop here, I can defend with the queen, but then it's pinned, but you know, whatever, attack. This might be good, because it forces the rook to move, so they don't have the option of castling over there. And they can't, so yeah, that might completely prevent them from castling. Because here, they don't want to castle because they've got this pawn weakness. So they might be stuck in the center of the board. It might be very easy for us to attack them. Even if they castled here, though, it wouldn't be very safe for them, but I don't know, I think I want to try to get rid of their light square bishop. Even though, because I don't think this attack will work. Maybe I wait for them to get rid of their light square bishop somehow, because then I can play rook here and they won't be able to play this bishop defensive move, e6. So what are my options? What are my candidate moves? Or I could continue being slow and just double up the rooks. I think one of these 2 moves has to be better because it's threatening to take or do something with the light square bishop. It's acknowledging the presence and the potential of the light square bishop. Surely they're not going to give up the rook for a knight. No, they could though, actually, because this will have 2 attackers, so I'll be forced to move. Let's just go here, keep it simple. Yeah, if they would have played here, I couldn't have even, if I went here, then here, I couldn't have even taken the rook. Because they'd have 2 attackers on this knight and only have 1 defender. Wow, yeah, I should not have taken the freaking knight. Because actually opening up the file, that only helps them develop their bishop, also helps them develop their rook. So I definitely should have played bishop f4, but it's so amazing. It also would have prevented them playing pawn e6 to e5. And I would have easily understood the importance of putting a pawn there, because I'd have 2 pieces defending it instead of just the 1. Man, that would have been such a good move, bishop f4. Now I have to pay the consequences of me being a beginner and making terrible trades. Like, if the rook is on the side of the board and it's not active, you don't want to trade your piece, even though my piece isn't active and it's undeveloped, but I could make it active. For instance, by putting it on f4 square. So you don't have to trade an undeveloped piece for a terrible active piece. You don't want to take your opponent's bad pieces away from them. You want to make them suffer with them. And you want to improve your pieces. And you only want to take their pieces if they're good active pieces. I'm not afraid of this yet, because pawn. So I think I can go with this move now. Again, maybe I should have just doubled rooks. I could have played knight here. If bishop took, then rook takes. Now I'm just helping them develop their rook almost. So what if I don't actually take the bishop, attack the queen, try to get my knight to a more active square? Like I was just saying, right? My knight is active, it's in their half of the board. Their bishop's undeveloped, and it doesn't actually have a lot of potential either because all these squares. So this is actually a much superior move, I believe. Because, for one, the knight's on an outpost. Even though it does block the file for my rook, but that doesn't matter right now because they have so many defenders in their position right now. Also gets a tempo on the knight. It could threaten this knight fork, it could threaten to fork the king and the rook in the future, potentially. But I don't know. Is it actually as good as I think it is? Because they can probably easily trade it off with either the knight or the bishop. Then I'll just have a rook there instead, maybe. I just don't believe in this knight square bishop, so. This one tempo on the queen isn't very powerful, honestly. We need moves that are more long-term rather than the short-term. Like, you gain development, you gain the initiative, but if the position isn't, good enough, doesn't have the right conditions, then sometimes initiative grabbing moves I feel like aren't always the best. Like, you know what I'm saying? It sounds counterintuitive because initiative is like almost everything in chess. It's super important to attack. That's not threatening anything. I don't know. I don't want to play it. Let's just play it. I wanted to try to reroute my knight, so if they do take this knight, I can recapture it with another knight. But with the pattern with the knights, they're separated by a diagonal of 3. It actually takes a long time to get to reroute. And that's impossible because these pawns. So I have to go here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't have time for that. They're taking a long time. I mean, I guess before they attack my knight with the bishop or knight, they have to move their queen, so that's good. Unfortunately, I can't really get my queen to attack this square. If I could, then I would totally be able to play knight here, forking the king and the rook. And they're not going to sacrifice the queen for the knight. It'd be funny if they went here. I was looking at this move earlier. It could have a knight fork here, but it doesn't seem like it's going to do a lot to attack. Well, then I can. Well, yeah, they've already lost their privilege to castle. They've already lost that ability. It doesn't matter if I put them in check, really, if there's no follow-up. Oh, wait, the follow-up. The rook is covering all 3 of these squares. So the king will be forced to go up. Do I have a follow-up move after that, though? I don't. I could play h4, knight g5, try to get my pieces active into the game. But yeah, I think maybe I just need to double up the rooks like I was saying. Maybe I could go bishop here, or queen here, attack this square. Ho 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 ho. I want to play this. Now if I move, I can get another tempo on the queen. That's smart of them to go here, I guess, because it prevents the knight going to here and c7. Yeah, this is just a check. I can take. Is there any reason I should? How do I get a knight here? I could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, it's not gonna work. This bishop takes. That doesn't work either. Knight, rook takes, pawn takes. They've got. I can't even get my queen over on this diagonal. I mean, I should have a great position here. All the pieces are on the back rank, other than the knight. Like, can't castle. The king's in the middle, with no pawn to protect it. But yet somehow I still can't figure out how to win this game. Like, come on, this is the perfect position. Yeah, I think I have to double rooks. It has to be, because there's no other open files other than this D file. I don't see any other ways to attack. So I guess rook d3 followed by rook a d1. My queen can't even attack really. Except we throw some kind of checkmate here. We could play knight here, rook attacks queen, so they can't take. No, there's no follow up. We can't go here because they would take it with the queen. Also, my light square bishop needs to get activated. But both the bishops are terrible, so yeah. What's my opponent gonna do if I give them a move to figure something out? I don't know. I'm running out of time. I still don't have a lot of good forward moves. I think I have plenty of time just to cook up some sort of attack. You know, now they can't even really threaten to trade my knight off because my rook is attacking the queen, like I was saying. I could go here, trade off knight, but I don't want to trade pieces though because I have a winning attack. I can win this pawn, I think. Yeah, they can't defend it. So I'm going to play knight here, rook attacks queen, the knight takes pawn. So I'm finally going to convert my positional advantage to a material advantage, barely. It's a little scary, a little dangerous, but they don't have any checks, so they do have to react to this move. You know what they could do almost? Sack the queen for the rook and the knight, but somehow in this case I can actually be captured with the knight, so they'd only be winning a rook for a queen. But you know, sometimes it might actually be a decent move to sacrifice a queen for a rook and a knight. No, this is actually dangerous though. No, but I should be able to defend it. No, but yeah. If knight takes, my knight might be getting trapped. No, they can't attack it. They can't attack with the queen there. They could go here, I guess. Knight can't go back here because pawn takes. So it needs to go back here, so I have to push pawn forward. But then there's 3 pieces attacking, 1 defending. I have to retreat my knights. Oh my god. Why am I not winning, man? It's so difficult to win. Somehow the last game, the opponent just made a really bad mistake. It sometimes happens. Should I go back here? I mean, I don't need to. Maybe it's better than retreating the knight all the way to back here. I think knight here. Rook recaptures, still gets control. Maybe we don't need to overcomplicate this. And if they move the rook over, try to take control or fight over control of the file, you know, I'm obviously going to just move my rook over to take as a mistake. So then if they take my rook, I take back, I still have control. This is going to be a long video. Probably should only do one game per video instead of two, because I play 15 plus 10. Wow. So I should put my rook on d2 instead of d3. Who would have thought? Like, congratulations, you got a tempo. Now what? But that's annoying though, still a little bit. I shouldn't have allowed that. Now I'm losing a pawn. Wait. Yeah. Oh, smart. The rook was defending the knight. So if I take the bishop, then queen takes knight. It's so annoying that I'm down on my material. It's such a great position. Maybe my position isn't actually that great because my pieces are kind of stuck. But I'm not going to let this happen. You just want pawns. Wait. Oh, wait a minute. But if they take my knight, maybe my bishop is going to be powerful here. Oh my god, if they move the king over, I can bring my bishop back, discovered, check, and win the queen. So in that case, if I check, they're going to have to go up. Then I can totally try to threaten a checkmate, right? I think this is just a trade. Oh, what they're going to try to do though is maybe is rook. No, but the knight defends, yeah. I'm going to say rook captures, check, pawn captures, queen captures, check, but the knight takes, and this knight is always going to be defended by this rook and the queen. Got to check here. Okay, so they saw that. They can't go there. Smart. But they see this, though. They can still escape. How stupid. But the king is so vulnerable. But now my knight's gonna be stuck. I need to get rid of this pawn, honestly. So if I don't end up checking, maybe I'll just take this pawn. Got a little scared there for a second. Oh, yeah, what if they go rook here? Ugh. Then I have to play rook here. I guess I'll be fine. No, but then they take the knight. Yeah, this is not good. This position is getting too complicated. Oh my god, why did I move so fast? Not consider my opponent's candidate moves. No, I have checked. Maybe I'll be fine with the check. Might have to sacrifice a piece, and maybe I'll still have a chance. Because their king, even though my king is almost under attack right now, their king is way worse. And king safety is the #1 imbalance. It's king safety, then material, then piece activity, then something I call in-game prospects. If you trade the queens, you know, you're based on your pawn structure, your king activity, you're the activity of your remaining pieces, if they're still there, like who would have the better chance of winning the endgame. Yeah, so usually material is more important than piece activity, especially if you're like stockfish level or grandmaster level. But I'm finding that piece activity is actually super, super important, so that might be, you know, better. Out of water. They found the move. Congratulations. But then if I put him in check, I'm going to have 2 pieces under attack. This will be forced. What's the follow-up? Rook check, bishop takes, queen takes. They'll be forced to go down or up. They're going to be in a dark square, not a light square. Ugh. There's no way, bro. Come on. Like, I guess I should have just took the freaking knight. But like I was saying, you don't really want to trade pieces when you're attacking, though. But you gotta take your time. I mean, I'm taking my time, and I'm losing all of it. I've only got a minute. I guess I'm not losing yet. I can just go back, and then the queen will defend the knight. No, but I'm losing. It's, yeah, rook takes, rook takes. I'm just gonna lose this bishop. If I go here, maybe, then I'm losing the bishop still. We should trade rooks. So what was my other option? I was thinking of just sacrificing my rook for the bishop. That might be my only option. But it's not gonna work. Check. It is forced for them to go here. Rook check. And imagine bishop takes, queen takes. Then we got these two options. Oh wait, do I win? No, I can't win that rook, bro. Damn it. Yeah, I wanted to play a game with black, not another game with white. Maybe I would have won that, but still, I don't know. If I move this rook, my king's been under attack. Oh no, I felt like I had to sacrifice in exchange, try to get some, activity, some initiative, but I calculated basically to like the imposition, and there's nothing for me. I feel like I was gonna lose the bishop no matter what, so it's better to lose an exchange than an entire bishop, I suppose, right? Yeah, maybe this was probably the best move. Otherwise, they were just gonna take the bishop, the rook. 51 seconds. This knight's hanging. Yeah, I'm down a pawn in exchange, but I've got no time on the clock. I've got a very weak bishop. They're gonna trade queens. Yep, I guess that's winning for them. Got no time left. I don't want to trade the knight, because now I don't want to trade because I'm down in exchange. Cannot believe I lost this. Like, chess is brutal. I can't even play here. I don't know why I thought this was a good idea. I'm just going to lose this now. This is just, oh my god. possible. They're gonna go here. I can't. Well, at least the knight defends the bishop. Oh my god, I have a fork. I have a fork. I recognize the pattern, the rectangle of 2x4. So if they take this pawn, I'm just going to be winning. I'll be so amazing. They can't attack me again. If they go here... Wait, did they just blunder it? Let's go! Let's go! I'm winning! Practice your tactical patterns, ladies and gentlemen. Rectangle 2x4 means a knight can fork. You know? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's awesome. Finally get to emphasize what I was talking about. My superior tactical understanding of my just very terrible decision making. No, this is bad. This is bad actually, yeah. Shoot. Are they gonna win the piece back? Oh shoot. If I defend with king and rook, I'll be fine, right? They go here, I go here, it's fine. Yeah, I'm fine, right? Rook takes, rook takes. That's odd. Move. My king defends everything. Let's go, I'm winning! Okay, I guess I'll attack the pawns. Yeah, easy one here, right? I just gotta be careful in this endgame. But, yep. Okay, they're gonna take that. But as long as this survives, I can defend it. That pawn's not gonna get promote. I don't need to be greedy, right? I don't know. I'll just take this, I guess. Interesting. Knight defends. But they're gonna take this. I didn't have to do that. I should have just freaking, you know, I should have pushed this pawn instead of letting the knight take it for free. I don't know how to checkmate with their knight and bishop, dude. Oh my god, I'm gonna be screwed. I can try. I know the strategy. I can always sacrifice, I believe. Sacrifice the knight. Yep, that should work. Get a queen. Oh no. Oh shit. No, but I'm fine, right? Because the bishop and the pawn defend each other. I'm just gonna attack the knight. Let's go. I just gotta make sure this pawn doesn't promote. I might have to sacrifice my knight. But, oh wait. Oh yeah, this isn't gonna work. This isn't gonna work. First I take their pawn. And then I can attack their knight. But I should still be winning here. Thank the Lord. What they could do is they could reroute the knight and sacrifice the knight for a bishop or a pawn. Right? They might, I don't know if they'll realize that. I think, yeah. I can't actually push now. Oh, it's not good. If they go knight here. This is just gonna be a draw after all that. Oh my god. I could move my bishop and move my... I'll still have a knight and a bishop. I'm not going to be able to checkmate with a knight and a bishop. I'm just going to defend the pawn with the knight, with the king, I mean. Yeah, what do I do? What do I do? Do I attack the knight or do I attack this pawn? I guess I can do... I guess I can just attack the knight. And eventually it'll be like a Zugzwang, maybe. So how do I get there? Fork the king and the pawn. 2, 3. That's a lot of work, but let's try that. Does he see my plan? That will totally work. I take, if king defense, I take, but then I take the knight. It might just be king and knight against king. Might not even be king and bishop and knight versus king. That'd be pretty fun, honestly, low key. But I know I would probably lose that and not be able to checkmate. Okay, he doesn't know what I'm doing, I think. He's just trying to move his knight back and forth. But now maybe he's worried. Maybe he's going to think. So here's where I can give up the pawn. I don't need to do that though. I'm going to try to attack the knight. Bishop here, right? As long as I get my knight over here, I'm just chilling. I could have also tried to go here, but that probably wouldn't have worked. I guess I could have went here, then here. I don't know. It's very, very scary, these endgames. Just comes down to the endgame. Okay, now I'm threatening this again, yeah. I could threaten to win the knight, but I can also do that on the next move. So first I'm going to threaten to win their pawn. Okay, saw that. Shoot. Oh my god, no. Wait, no, king defends the pawn now. So I have to use my minor pieces to take this freaking pawn. Shouldn't be that difficult. Maybe I use my bishop to defend the pawn, and then I can use my king and knight to take the pawn. Let's go. It's not going to be 50 move rule because he just moved his pawn. That might be a good strategy. I might have finally figured it out. Holy cow. But then, no, but then if he sacrifices the knight for the pawn. Oh, it's so difficult, man. Shit. I need to attack the king, so maybe I'll go here and then here. But maybe that idea will work, who knows. This is such a long video. Gotta be careful now, I can't actually really check the king now. Like, knight's gonna be pure defense. There's a way I could prevent the knight from sacrificing itself for the pawn. Because I can't give up the bishop for the knight. Then I'm just going to be king and knight versus king. Yeah, it's losing. Gotta be a way. Oh shit. He looks like he's going to try to attack my king and get his pawn, but then I'll sacrifice my pawn. I should be able to win that. Here, I can go there. Yeah, I'm ready. We'll try bishop versus knight. That's a very rare in game. I was just talking about this with somebody on YouTube I watch. Oh, shit. How do I do this, though? This is so hard. Pieces don't defend each other. Yeah, this is gonna be a draw. Oh my god, dude. No. I needed to sack the pawn for the knight and win. Bishop versus knight. So I had to go bishop here. Oh, knight here. That's how I should have done it. Oh, this is bad. I should have... The last move was crucial. I should have played knight here, I think. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what I'm worrying about. As long as I can sacrifice a piece for the pawn, then it's just going to be a draw. I'm not going to lose, but I should be able to win, probably. It's crazy. He has 12 minutes. I have 12 seconds. No, I might have time for that now. 1, 2. If I go here, yeah, then you can't go forward. You just go here. Then I can't actually defend the knight, though. This could be very dangerous. He's probably calculating everything right now. Interesting decision. I think we're gonna have to go for the knight and bishop checkmate. There's no other way around it. He's defending everything too well. How do I put bishop here and knight here? How do I prevent this from being a draw? Bishop. I think. Where do we go? Knight here? I don't know. I messed up. Oh my god. I messed up, dude. I messed up. Hopefully, there's actually a way I could have won. I can analyze it afterward. Or hopefully not, because I didn't make a mistake, but I don't know. You can't go here. Okay. Do we bring the king down? Wait. Are we just prophylaxis for the win? Hold up. What? Yeah, I have to get this checkmate now. Everything's covered. Let's go. I have to checkmate with a knight and bishop. Oh, shit. It's going to be hard. Maybe I should have kept the pawn there just in case. It's a 50 move rule. I should be able to do this. Just calculate. I need to get them to this corner, the light squared. I know the knight and the king need to cover the dark squares. Shit, this is very difficult. This is very difficult. I need to use my bishop. Okay, so we've got these covered. This is covered. So I think we go bishop here, then knight here. Oh, we should have put bishop there. Yeah, 50 moves is not enough. Oh, damn it. Why is it so freaking hard? I should have just learned this checkmate. Wait, we might be making progress here now. We've got this king cut off. The bishop. Oh shit. This is it. We gotta make sure we cover the dark squares. So king over. These dark squares are forever covered. Wait, we need to cover this dark square. We can cover... You need the knight to go here, I think. Oh wait, no, I just allowed him to go there. Wait, no, this is good, right? Oh my god, this might actually be good. Let's go, we got this. Okay. So do I just move the king over? Knight covers these two. I think do I just move the king? And eventually I move the bishop up and over. But if I go here, he can escape some kind of... Yeah, I'm going to get close to checkmate, but I'm probably not going to get in 50 moves. This is crazy. Just king over, I guess. King up. Yeah, wait. We're doing good here. Oh, the only problem is I've got this. They didn't see it. Oh my god. Now they got this square. Now they're going to escape. Oh shit. How do we prevent the escape? Do I have to bring my bishop over? This is hard as hell. Wait, we can go here now. Let's go. I think that's winning. Because then the king goes over. King goes over. Oh, so I gotta defend the bishop. Gotta cover the dark squares. Dark squares are still covered. I'm just gonna have to retreat my bishop over here. Oh no, this is not covered. Oh shit! No, everything's for nothing now. Right? No. He still can't escape. I just moved my bishop back. Whew. If he goes up... Oh, this is hard. I only have a minute 20. Bishop covers dark squares. King covers these. So I need the knight to cover this square. King over. Now he's got this square. This is so difficult, but this is kind of fun. I'm making progress. I wish I knew this by heart. I'm gonna have to learn it now. This is so difficult to learn. This king has got to cover these two. Oh, now he's gonna have this square. No. Yeah. Oh, this is difficult. But is the move moving the bishop or moving the king up? I think moving the king up is good. But up here though. What if he tries to escape this way? No, he can't. All I can do is go here. I can always move the king over and cover the square. Man, this is amazing. First game, having to win the knight and bishop. Do we bring the bishop in now? How do we bring the knight in? I kind of need the knight to cover those two dark squares now. Should I play knight here, then here? Covers... No, it needs to go here. Here, then here. Covers these two. I've only got 17 seconds. Shit. The square's covered. I think I have time. Yeah, this is good. Hell yeah. 22 seconds is crazy though. Not enough time. I guess I just move the bishop. I don't know, what's the final move sequence look like? I know the bishop delivers the checkmate. It should be a simple pattern moving the knight back and forth. I should be able to see it. Pattern recognition. The draw is a draw. I'm not terribly upset about a draw. Oh, this is good. No, but we gotta prevent that escape square. There's like no squares left. This is so good. He should move as fast as possible so I can't think, but he's trying to think to avoid checkmate, I guess. Okay, bishop covers that. It's not stalemate. He goes here. Oh shit, I think we have checkmate. I think we have checkmate on the board. Oh no, we almost had it. Oh. Knight here. Or king here. King here goes up. That's no progress there, right? Oh, the knight needs to go here where my king is, and my bishop delivers the checkmate, something like that. That's difficult to do. We only got three squares they can go between. King over. You know, this is I totally got this now, right? Then we got these two squares to go to. Let's go! Hell yeah! So knight goes here, and then bishop goes there. I think it should work. Gotta make sure. Shit. How do I get my knight here? There. Do I go here? No, I need to move. I need another move. Shit. 31 seconds at least. My knight needs to go here with a check. How do I do that? Wait, is this checkmate still? This might still be checkmate. Check and mate. Please, 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 please. Yes! I did a knight bishop checkmate for the first time. Let's go. Actually, it's actually not that difficult once you know the strategy. So I guess I could actually do that in a tournament game over the board because I just figured it out here. My opponent obviously didn't defend optimally, probably, but that makes me super happy I figured it out. You just got to have your king and your knight controlling the dark squares, bishop controls light squares, and you have to make a triangle. It's increasingly smaller and smaller. Hopefully that was very entertaining, exciting. Hopefully it was very instructional and you learned something from that. We didn't get to play black, unfortunately, but that's going to be episode 1 of the speedrun to 2000. Thanks for watching.